you reign!
This is the DcX podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruffman,
Ravage!
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane,
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab,
We are
best friend, Asgard to Mouth, and Pete.
'cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the DcX podcast. I'm your host Ryan, and with me as always are Miles, Dan, and Pete. Miles, are you doing any better than last week? Did you find your smile?
Yeah, my smile was found at the end of the last episode. No, so I've had a pretty good week. I've been working on my son with his numbers, and so he finally understands what 4 and more means. So, I think we have a chance.
That's great. Dan, tell me why Pulse Wave is your favorite power to get attacked with.
It will be my favorite power when I figure out a piece that has protected pulse wave with shape change, because then you're never hitting me ever again.
How was your weekend?
It was a lot of fun.
What's that, Miles?
Oh, I just tell him that piece already exists that he's looking for.
Which one?
Beezer make a talk-a-lock.
Would you like to talk about him?
I don't like Beezer that much.
Yeah,
but I know he
characters that are adjacent or have guardians have safeguard pulse wave, and their powers and abilities have protected pulse wave.
He's not mystical, though, is the thing.
It's not up to Dan's exacting standards, Miles. Miles is 100% correct, though, but it's not what Dan wants. He's being a diva.
Hey, whoa.
Fine.
I'm reasonable. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? Same. If you want to keep getting attacked by pulse wave, then don't play Beezer. That's all I'm saying.
If he was mystical, okay, he gets a look, but he was not.
And Pete, how have you been
Touche.
since yesterday's game?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I really enjoyed yesterday's game. My team, did its thing, but I live by the D6 and I die by the D6, and mine were not on point yesterday.
They were not great.
Except when I re-rolled the Looper's attack roll and he crit hit Pete in the back of the face.
Pete, what about you?
A great weekend. Got to hang out, play cliX. It was fun. It was a fun game.
And joining us for the second time is Christine Redman. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's Christmas time in the Redmond household. So we did some cookie baking today, some present wrapping, some Christmas movie watching, some snuggling. So it was really great. Really great.
It was so great.
Christine, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you participate in Festivus Eve at all? It is Festivus tomorrow.
Oh, I typically don't. Although I am a big Seinfeld fan.
Excellent. See, I knew this is why you're the superior Redman.
It's true.
All right, that's all my questions.
Thanks, Pete.
You're welcome.
We don't have too much news this week, but we will be doing our first end-of-the-year special episode next week, so keep an eye for questions and polls on our Facebook page that we can go over on that episode. And then we also do have the Bookwood Report.
Bookwood Report!
Hello, friends. It's your weekly Bookwood Report, and I have to tell you, it might be due to Christmas time, but Bookwood had a very light week this week. He did let us all know that he did get pizza as his Christmas bonus. That was one part of the Bookwood Report. The second part is he only bought House of X Juggernaut and Legacy Captain Marvel from CAV. So as I said, our favorite tryhard went pretty light this week, but I'm assuming it has something to do with the holidays. Redmond, do you have anything to add to the Bookwood Report? Did you play him since last time?
I've not played him, but I know that he saw Juggernaut did well at an event, so maybe he feels like if he plays him that he'll do well too.
There's your booklet report.
All right. So we did go and play our monthly Invitational Championship this weekend.
The following is a last man standing match.
A last man standing match. Last man standing. A last man standing match.
Last man standing tonight.
Since we were recording this on a Sunday, it was just yesterday that we had the game, and the keyword was mystical. So Ryan Harris went in as the champion, choosing 048 Ghost Rider as his piece that only he could play, which is a great call. Each month usually has some kind of twist, and we always have an active tarot card for every round. But for December, for mystical, each tarot card stays in play for 2 rounds. So it adds a little bit of chaos. You can kind of plan what you're going to do. It played out pretty neat, and the tarots came back, I think, pretty big this last one. But here are the placings and the teams. Coming in 7th is Dan. Do you want to share your team, Dan?
Sure. So I played the Chase Saturnine with the Venom Symbiote from EarthX. I played the New Legacy Pluto with the motorcycle. He was on Charge and Senses. And then I played the Prime Lilith from Wheels of Vengeance with the Spin Ring.
How do you think your team played out?
So it did what it was supposed to do. It's just the Zed Keel shutting off stop clicks was just a poor choice. But I was not going to not play Pluto with him getting revealed as a legacy. So it was, I still, like, my team was fun. I really enjoyed it. It's just, obviously the weakness is there, so.
That was the number one piece you wanted to play, though, was Pluto?
Yeah, and like Saturnine just kind of filled in the slot because I was expecting multiple John Constantines, and so I was like, well, what's a reroll that's not Prov, and hers is pretty good, so it just all kind of fell into place.
Yeah, that was a good call. And then 6th place was Pete. Do you want to share your team?
Yes, I played Hadario at 100 points with the Exo Specs at 12, King Jefferson with Captain Carter's Shield, Legacy Ragman, My Girl Saturnine with the Indigo Tribring, Madison with an I and a Y but not where you think, and Lucas, PJ, and Scott.
How do you think your team performed?
I think my team I think it was responsible for a couple really big moments, but I didn't have any reducers. I went like all no reducers this time and really wasn't dependent on stock clicks, which is what I normally am. And that's normally a recipe for disaster for me not having reducers. And it proved out once again when I think I had one Super Sense roll the whole day.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. And then 5th place was Harris. He played the Green Lantern from World's Finest with the Broadsword Construct and Inside Information, the Ghost Rider with the motorcycle, the 048, John Constantine from, I think is that Justice League? Set?
New 52, I want to say New 52.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the New 52 one,
yeah.
With the Indigo Tribring, and then the new Iconics Raven with Bucky's arm, and then we also have Green Man with the Green Lantern ring. He had quite the little fortress built up, and it was very hard to break, so he was pretty safe. The Green Lantern from the New 52, that World's Finest. No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so he was World's Finest, I'm sorry, yeah. So he starts with a 20 defense and a 9 range, and so he was able to keep him in with, does he just have defend?
No, he has JSA, which John Constantine and the 048 Rider copied with their wild card.
That's right, okay. So he was giving everybody a 20 defense, which is pretty hard to break, and then the Green Man was able to give everybody the improved targeting elevated on the map that we played on, which is also pretty big.
Yeah, he basically built the Emerald Fortress over there. I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to try to shoot at him right now.
And then I came in 4th place. I played... where is it? I played Gambit from House of X with no equipment just because I was running out of points. Finally got to play the Prime Blue Beetle with Bucky's arm. Bucky's arm, if he gets based, you get the attack bonus, but then also gave me super senses for Madam Web, who had the web shooters. Then I had the Mephisto from Superior Foes of Spider-Man with the Liar Ring, and then White Witch, the Legacy card with the Indigo Tribe Ring. So the goal here was pretty much to give everyone super senses except for Mephisto, and that worked pretty well for quite a while. And with John Constantine turning off Prob, though, Mephisto really wasn't able to give out any of the contract tokens, so that was a wasted 45, 50 points into Mephisto. And then even White Witch didn't really get to carry her thing that much, because since nobody was probbing her, her immediately finalized that roll wasn't really big either. So she wasn't great. She had a couple of cool things, but that's it. But Gambit, he played awesome, so it was really fun to play him. That's definitely my favorite Gambit that's out there right now. And even Blue Beetle, I was able to use his ability to shut off powers a lot, but I did not even attempt a running shot range attack for the just delete a character, so not even once, which I was hoping to do. And then coming in third place was Looper. Matt Looper played Wong from Next Phase with the Power Gem, the new Chase Loki from Black Panther with the Lyre and Spin Rings, the Dr. Drip Doom from the Hellfire Gala with Incandescence and Spectral, the new Legacy Tim Hunter, and then the Play at Home Kick Detective Chimp, and then the Lucas PJ and Scott Pog, because everybody knew that Oliver was going to be playing Zadkiel and Pulse Waving people, so I think 2 people played that Pog. And then Oliver, who made his team, I think probably before everybody, was set on Zadkiel. He came in second. He played Zadkiel with the Nightbring and Remaker Ring, which is 210 points right there. He played that exact combo last year and won the event. But then this year he added Black Talon just because he really wanted to play him. And then Wong from Next Phase with the Cloak of Levitation, just to turn off Mystics, since he knew that everybody was going to have Mystics. It was actually a pretty big play with nobody having it. And then we have Christine. Do you want to tell us about your team, Christine?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I had a really hard time building this month because there was a lot of pieces I really wanted to play, and I knew Oliver was playing Zadkiel, and I couldn't have stop clicks, so that changed the pieces I picked also. But I played Loki from Black Panther with the Darkhold, Doppelganger with the Blood Axe and Cathan, Jubilee from House of X with Spectral Ring and the Nightbringer Ring, Raven with the Spin Ring, the new Raven, and Madam Web with the Web Shooters.
How do you think your team performed?
I loved my team. It was really hard to move initially without leadership, and with Doppelganger having to take a damage if he didn't attack. So the first 5 hours felt really, really slow. And that was pretty hard, honestly. It was hard to I just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. I couldn't do anything. That was frustrating. But once I got into the mix, it did really well. I did not utilize Raven for more than just the TK from the spin ring. And so that was I can't say much about her because I just didn't play her that well. And I'll have to learn her a little better. But Doppelganger did some work. He was crushing it for me. Yeah, he was able to hit pretty hard with a Perplex. I was able to get him up to a 14 for attacks, and he was able to run through Ghost Rider pretty quick, actually. And then having Madam Web for those auto-succeed super senses was huge, too.
Yeah, you didn't lose one piece the whole time. I don't think that's ever happened before.
I can't remember that ever happening before.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's been some pretty hefty wins, I think, but it's been a while and never 0 pieces lost. So, congrats, Christine. So we played on 4 big maps. The 2 middle ones were Hell's Pit, and the 2 outer ones were Askpanir, I think is how it's said, maybe. But there was lots of open space, which did definitely lead to a slower game start. And also, Ollie's throat was kind of bothering him, so he kind of whispered the whole time, which kind of led everyone else to talk pretty quiet, so it was definitely a quieter game.
It's one of my favorite Indian dishes, Ags Paneer.
I know I started on one of the outside spawns, and I kind of tried to find a piece of blocking to kind of just barrier in, so I had some hindering to keep my team safe and get a little bit more in the middle of the map, so I was able to attack Pete and get a little further away from Harris.
Yeah, you were playing Minecraft for a while there.
I was. It was quite a few. I did not have leadership also, so that definitely kind of hurt. It was so hard to build for this month. How did you guys start the game?
I was on the right of Dan. Dan was stuck between me and Ali, so he had pulse wave on both sides. And so I just basically, yeah, with poor Daniel in the middle, I just spent my time kind of moving to my left, because there was one particular thing I was trying to get off because I thought it'd be cool if I did, and I did actually have it happen, so I was pretty happy with that. So I'm pretty content taking my time getting towards the center of the maps at the beginning, and just taking opportunistic shots at people.
Dan, how'd you start?
I pretty much sat basically not mid-map, but just shy of like mid-map, because I've dropped my 4 grave markers for Pluto, so he can reduce pen damage as long as he's within range of one of them. And then I have Lilith Prime, who's just poofing around, placing next to my guys. And then I had dropped the Bystander for Saturnine, and so I just placed her kind of out in the middle, because I'm like, well, yeah, I'm probably going to get pulse waved eventually, and I honestly should have gone for Pete initially. He was probably the better choice of the two to attack, honestly, but I thought, I was like, well, if someone's going to come at me, I've got my Bystander like exactly about 6 squares away, so if they're going to shoot Saturnine, I'm just going to mastermind that off, and that's fine if I miss my rollout. So that was basically the strat, was like, okay, yeah, I've got my 150 point piece that's basically bait, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. But because like I said, I was sandwiched between 2 people, and there was no real easy getting away. Because I've got Harris, who's staring at me from like 10 away with Green Lantern, just menacingly, that can see through all the elevated. So, and I didn't have the reach to get him, because I realized that I had 3 boot people, and that's kind of tough on a map with a bunch of elevated. So, it was more just, I tried to tack around as easily as I could to try to give myself an opening, and it got really crowded, and without good movement, I was just stuck pretty much, which was unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. So,
yeah,
well, the thing that made the decision quick was for Ali was the pulse wave card came up.
Yep. Oh yeah.
He wasn't real. Normally Ali's pretty aggressive, and he wasn't really being his normal level of aggression. And when the pulse wave card came up, and you were a little bit closer to him than I was, and once I saw what was happening, I was like, well, I'm just going to let that sort itself out for a little bit, and I'm just going to keep sidestepping to my left here.
Well, so, I had initially shot him for 5, because I pulled him out of hindering, and I shot him, and I got him for 5, because I had I had 4 from Saturnine and an enhancement from Lilith. So I had Zadkiel down a little bit. But yeah, the pulse wave card came up, and he just stood there and pulse waved me 2 straight turns, because there's not a whole lot I could do to get away. So
yeah, he had some guts not healing, because I would have healed. But that's Ollie for you.
And then, yeah, Oliver was heading towards Dan, which left Christine in the corner. So, Christine, you kind of just had to spend a few turns, maybe, going across 2 maps?
Hours. And last year for Mystical, Ollie pulse waved me slowly and steadily for like 8 hours of the game. He just one by one, piece by piece, he just attached to me and pulse waved me to death. And so I was trying to stay away from him, because I didn't want that to happen again. But I luckily had some smoke cloud and some stealth, so I was able to get to the middle of the map and stay pretty safe. Yeah, so I made like kind of not a snap decision, but I had an opportunity to go in on Harris, and I could either go in on Looper or go in on Harris, and Harris's team looked like a lot more scary. He had everything left, so I like literally rolled the dice with a tower up and went in on his team, and it luckily like turned out for my favor. I had great dice yesterday, so it wasn't necessarily skill, it was really good dice.
Well, you had, Doppelganger came in and pretty much ate what piece first of his team?
Was it first Green Lantern, and then it was...
Green Lantern and Ghost Rider were the last people alive.
Yeah, you ate what? His Raven and John Constantine.
Oh, no, you hit Rider pretty hard, I think, and then John Constantine and Raven went down.
And I mind-controlled somebody to hit... Didn't Green Lantern hit one of his own pieces? I mind-controlled with Loki.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then Jubilee came in. That's how you started with Jubilee, because you were able to get rid of his barrier that it just had too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he went from this like crazy unbreakable fortress to getting hit pretty hard. And I think that was actually after Pete's big move, because Pete, do you want to talk about your thing?
Yeah, so I played a defensive shell team with no rollouts, or just rollouts with no reducers, which is unusual for me. But it was pretty simple because it was King Jefferson in the middle with the Captain Carter shield, just everybody else around him, and you put somebody next to him to protect you from Pulse Wave. And so I was waiting because Ollie was handing out the Spirit of Vengeance token. So it was interesting for building this month is honestly like knowing, not knowing, but having a pretty good idea that he was going to bring Zad Kill back. I knew that we were going to get those pieces to be able to kind of use them, and I was kind of curious if they counted towards Jefferson's Jefferson bomb trick. And so once we confirmed it was, and I was close enough to Dan's starting area that I could get in there and Jefferson bomb, I had 2 Jefferson bombs on the board. So I took out Green Man without even getting anywhere near him so that he couldn't see through everything to attack everybody from his little Fortress of Solitude. And I had to get rid of Redmond's support piece, so... I didn't kill her, but I knocked a White Witch down to where it was a lot more manageable to get to her later and get rid of his healing. So that was it. That was the big thing I wanted to pull off, and I was happy to have pulled it off because I certainly didn't do much else other than I think Pulse Wave Dan once for 3. So.
Well, the big thing is that you made everybody scatter. So I was kind of planning on something, and Harris was, and we both had to scatter our teams because we both expected it coming our way.
Yes, yeah, Harris knew right away. And I even told Harris, this is for all the times you shot me from your starting area.
I was all excited to call in something with Lilith, because I was like, oh, cool, Pluto's dead. I can call in one of my sideline pieces. And then the 3 Pulse Wave happens, and I'm like, well, there goes that.
Yeah, Hadari Yal's the thing. I like her a lot. I mean, I plan on playing her in Modern and other places too. She's a phenomenal piece. So
next time she's across from me and it's you, she's getting smoked.
All right.
So what about Gambit? What'd you think of him?
I left Gambit too long, and he does the damn thing every time to me, and that piece just murders my team. I was so worried about Beetle. I was the one that nerfed Beetle out of his range attack thing pretty quick. Because Ragman walked over and handed out 3 penetrating to get him off of that part. But Gambit just always destroys my team. And his Super Sense rolls are ridiculous every time. That guy survives so much crap that he should never survive. The tower played big. So there was 2 mistakes I had. I was trying to get rid of Wong so to turn back on Mystics for everybody. And I targeted Wong, Gambit, and Blue Beetle rather than just pulse waving Blue Beetle and Gambit for 3. And you hit your Super Sense roll, which then made me miss everybody because I was really trying to just kill, and I couldn't make it to Ollie's thing, so I had to just shoot him. I couldn't pulse wave him because he was farther than 4 away. Right. And I should have just left him alone. And I don't know that it would have changed anything for me towards it because I was pretty low at that point. Like most of my pieces were dead. Because you broke my defensive shell with like some running shot energy explosion, hit like an 11. And I was like, wow, you just hit straight up 20s like it was nothing.
I think it was Gambit with your whole team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was that, and then I was able to kill Jefferson finally because the stop clicks still weren't active. So then my Pog went over and killed Jefferson.
Yeah, I was honestly going to leave you alone at that point, Dan, but once you re-rolled your Pog for Blades of 6 to kill Jefferson, that's when I took it personally.
I mean,
so,
hey, I've got to commit to the bit, Pete. That is me in a nutshell.
So Dan and I beat the tar out of each other, and Redmond came over and finished it off. I did chase Redmond down after he tried to disengage, but I was already at that point so frustrated in that corner that I was going for blood. So it did not work out for me, unfortunately.
I thought it was the reroll on Looper that did it for you, because I rerolled Looper's Spirit of Vengeance into a crit hit, and you were just like, all right, you're dead.
No, it was you rerolled your own blades. Okay. I was like, you rolled a 1, and I'm like, all right, he's fine. And you're like, no, I'm going to re-roll it. And I'm like, here comes the 6. And I'm like, there it is. So I was like, now Dan has to die. Dan has to leave the game first now. We've already made this decision. But there was a ton of attacks at the tower up. I was shocked, honestly.
And for the most part, they were all hitting. They were some crazy hit rolls.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I enjoyed my team. I would play a different version of it. King Jefferson is, dude, that guy's wildly fun. Like, so good. So.
Well, when you look at his keyword, he has the best keyword in the game, so makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pass is great.
Politician.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably
yep.
Politician.
Top 32 at Worlds, baby.
Yeah, top 32 at Worlds.
All right, well, thanks to Christine for joining us. That'll wrap up our coverage on our monthly game. Next month is
I have a question. Who did you in?
Yeah, did you... There's 3 Redmonds in this house.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them won at least one game this year.
I officially won 0 games of our monthly game this year, so...
I have a serious question. Who killed you though? I wasn't on the stream at that point. I'd left.
Oliver, of course, because if he gets the opportunity, he's taking me out for sure. Who got you out though?
You did.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. You got me this time. So how many D-Generation cliX championships have you had, Redmond?
Less than 1.
But
Christine, it's always nice to have you on. I'm glad to know who wears the pants in the family.
Well, yeah. Obviously. I'm just kidding. You are a winner in all of our eyes.
Thanks.
I'm proud of
You
you.
don't have to cater to his feelings. Don't cater to his feelings.
Thank you guys for having me on. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Thanks, Christine. Merry Christmas.
I'll see you extra soon.
Merry Christmas.
All right, yeah, have fun. Don't be up till 1 a.m.
All right. Then we have our Silver States. So this is the last 2 Silver States results of the season.
Nothing wrong with Silver. Nothing wrong with Silver at all.
What's that, Pete?
Are we done talking about the game?
Did you want to add something else?
Well, no, you had 23 people vote for you.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the game anymore. We're just going to shit on me more.
It's just a lot of disappointment, I feel like. That's all.
Yeah. No one's more disappointed than myself because I was really hoping that this one was going to be mine. Oh yeah, this was the big play that really kicked me out, okay? Harris played that Raven where if you were 3 above the defense value, it becomes a crit hit. And so
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I mean, he had the right piece to do it, right? He had like a 14 or a 15 attack. Like he had the right piece to do it.
Oh yeah, and it was Madam Web. I had 8 rally dies on her. My whole team had super senses at the time, with the exception of Mephisto, and he was up. I think he was 2 above my defense, and so Pete took his Saturnine and upped it to a 3, which made it a critical hit, and then that was 5 damage, I think, with the ranged combat expert. So just blew Madam Web off the map, and then I had to actually roll my super senses, and it was okay for a little bit, but it did go downhill from there for me.
You had a pretty good super sense state despite that, but I couldn't let that piece run around on your team. The auto succeeds too much.
Yeah,
I hate that piece.
That was my downfall. Everything was set up so good before that, though. That was the big move.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
No, you're not sorry at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was wildly fun. I didn't regret anything that happened. It's just it's tough getting stuck between 2 of the best pulse wave pieces in the game. You're like, well, and then the card coming up for 2 damage. You're like, oh, this is bad.
And it was up for 2 turns, so I think you got pulse waved.
I did 3 times. I ate a lot of pulse wave that day.
This is more like one of our normal games though, because a lot of times we get stuck across from each other, and normally we just end up fighting. And last month we didn't fight at all. You built a barrier house of horrors, and I didn't bite the bait. I'm like, I'm not going in there. That's a terrible idea. I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, it was a wildly fun game. But that damn Gambit, man, hate that piece.
He'll be back.
I know.
Eventually.
All right, I'm good on the monthly now. Thank you for reminding me that Madam Web died because of me.
All right, so then that brings us to Oklahoma, who had 22 people coming in 8th place. 0-2 to me personally is Kenny Minks, who played Death by Snoosu version 3 now. It was the Prime Wonder Woman from Batman Team Up with Captain Carter Shield, World's Finest with the Waldo Arms, the new John Constantine, Death Metal Wonder Woman, Zala Jor-El with the Trick Arrows, the old Flash from Wonder Woman 80 with Muramasa Blade, and then the black shirt Scott Porter and Commissioner. And that is an Amazon theme. I'm not sure, did he change this from his last one at Texas?
Yeah, he did. I don't remember Zala Jor-El being on that team before.
Or Commissioner, did he?
Yeah.
The team's description is the YouTube link to the Death by Snoo Snoo clip from Futurama.
Okay.
He committed to it that time.
Yeah.
I think he added a few pieces, I think, right? There's a lot of new stuff on this team. I'm trying to find it right now.
I'm looking it up right now.
Because it was in Texas, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Texas, where he placed third?
It went 7-1.
Out of 36, yet he couldn't place in the top 4 out of 20 something. It's very interesting.
Was everything still legal in this one? Like Beetlejuice?
Well, see, so it looks like he took off the liar ring. Yeah, he took off the liar ring from Constantine. Muramasa Blade on Flash he had.
I think that's
which he still had.
What did he change then? It just lighting off
the Wakanda.
Of Constantine. Oh, the
Wakanda
bonus?
map bonus? Yes.
Oh, okay. There's the 5 points.
That's a good map. That's a good map bonus, though.
Yeah, especially for Wonder Woman.
The reroll the blades, right?
Yeah, and I think too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can reroll a blades, and then once per game you can reroll super senses.
That also helps World's Finest also.
Well, let's see. He went 3-3 there with 949 points. He still made cut. Let's see what else he came across. Do you want to take 7th?
Yes, and in 7th place we have Logan Edwards with It Just Has to Be This Way, who also went 3-3. And yeah, it's not copy paste, but it's a dark side team. Watcher with Zero Nightbringer, Prime Batman, and Porter.
Okay.
How about 6th?
All right, that is Logan Parlay with Unnamed Team, which is so unthemed. So Prime Colossus with the motorcycle. The the Legacy Iceman. That's cool. Saint Walker with the Blue Lantern ring. The Hellfire Gala, Captain Marvel, but with the Mind Gem. I don't understand what's going on there with that. They're just doing mind control shenanigans. Okay, and then Doctor Doom with the Radioactive Clay. Dark Phoenix, cause Bird Mama, and the Professor X for X-Men swap with the Time Gem, so he's dropping the Time Gem, and then a 15-point Wendigo. Sideline was Diamond Patch, the Chase from Rise and Fall, Hellfire Gala Emma Frost, Hellfire Gala Havoc, Major Logan, the Hellfire Gala Mr. Sinister, Hellfire Gala Polaris, Hellfire Gala Rogue, and Hellfire Gala Scarlet Witch.
The Doctor Doom has X-Men keyword, right? Yeah, so he could soft mod if he wanted.
Yes.
Is there anyone that you could put that clay on?
I
just wonder if he's keeping him in.
I feel like he would be. Maybe Havoc is the only one that I could think of. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, Emma Frost, she's got the 6 range. Polaris has a 6 range, so you can double TK get her that too. Yeah.
I don't know. I just figured he was keeping the clay on Doom for that, but yeah.
But like that, also Diamond Patch.
Diamond Patch?
Yeah. Diamond Patch is good for 40. Yeah.
I do like that Iceman, that Legacy Iceman made it. I always like putting rings on him, but he's really fun. Alright, how about number 6? No, that was 6, right?
5.
5.
Zach Coffey.
Yeah, we're all 5th.
In with the team name of Ping Pong, going 3-3. He played Captain Marvel CAB 054 at 95 points with the Muramasa Blade. Darkseid, the deceased Darkseid at 90 with Sinestro Core for free. Sinestro from Batman Team Up with the Trick Arrows, Solaris, and Legacy Cosmo. So he was Cosmic Legacy. I like this team a lot, actually. This is a lot of stuff that I would consider playing. I did play Solaris, but with Beetlejuice on the board, you couldn't do as much with him. So
Still good 75
Well,
points.
Captain Marvel's Legacy. So, I mean, this just shows you Captain Marvel's still good in silver. So, it's going to be interesting what they do with Legacy.
I love this piece.
So
Redmond, this is one that you saw all the time.
Oh yeah, hopefully her legacy card's good.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, the Flurkin bystander, everything about her is just wildly fun. So I even have played her at 150, just because I enjoy her. I enjoy what she does so much. So.
And then that Darkseid, the big thing with the Sinestro Core ring is that his deceased clicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because then he's doing it by
2. So it's deceased. You do -2 to everybody.
Yeah, I really like this team. It's showing you that a bunch of pieces that don't see a bunch of play are not bad at all. Especially that Sinestro. He's popped up a couple times, but I guess here are the Trick Arrows instead of the Sinestro Core ring. But really cool. Then coming in 4th is Cody Manti with the Stars at Night. It is Prime Colossus with Captain Carter Shield, Butterfly, Kazar with the Space Gem, Saturnine with Incandescence and Lightning Ring, another Saturnine with the Indigo Tribe Ring, Jennifer Kale with a Time Platform, very cool way to save her, a Black Shirt Porter with the Influence and Zero Rings, and then Starro with Avatar of Khonshu at 20 points. I think the main one for that is really just getting that 10 range prob, right? And the stealth isn't bad.
It has to be, yeah. I don't really see it. I really don't see a world where you're going to try and heal it up to make him an attacker.
So yeah, very cool use of Colossus and trying to get Jennifer Kale to not let you modify your combat values while having to deal with Colossus and his defend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about 3rd?
Yeah, and then 3rd place we have Dustin Cedars, who I forgot what states he won last week, but he has the exact same team, Scientist, with DJ Doom, the Poison Ivy, LE that lets you reroll or adds 3 to your roll. I mean, Man Thing with Avatar of Gaia, Iconics Harley with Blue Lantern Ring, double Ivy, one with Trick Arrow, one with Octopus Arms, Black Shirt Porter with Zero, and then Prime Absorbing Man on his sideline with a bunch of other stuff.
Obviously,
it's
really
a plant team. Yeah.
What did he? Was it Scientist last time? It wasn't Latveria, was it?
No, it was Scientist. Yeah.
No, it was Scientist. Yeah, because he does the plants. Yeah, it's all about the. Yeah, DJ Doom is just there for the plants.
Okay.
To help support the plant, because it was yeah, it's the exact same team. I didn't see a change at all from the last time you played it.
Yeah, way more popular in Modern, but cool to see that it made a little splash in Silver still. How about 2nd place?
All right, this is Eric Sexton with no theme, no worries. We have Arachnite at 100 with the Trick Arrows. We have Prime Colossus with the Carter Shield, Butterfly, Sakari and Iron Man with a Cloak, Kevin with Avatar Powerette, and Saturnine with the Lyre Ring. So, sideline is Michael Keaton, Demon in Armor, Elsa Bloodstone, Gorilla Garad, Griever, Harry Leland, Towerette, Death Metal Wonder Woman, and some Tarot.
Just looks like a ton of fun to play. Lots of offense. And everyone's
Marvel. Yeah, did you guys see that? I mean, that's a huge, huge deck.
Lots of Marvel except for Butterfly. Does he have, for the most part, most of his call-ins are Marvel, though, too, aren't they?
Yeah, the only one that's... Well, Gorilla Grodd, I think, is just there for the trouble alerts. I think all of his... all of his swap-ins, are
except
Marvel.
for Death Metal.
Except for Death Metal, sorry, but yeah.
I mean, Kevin's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. 40 points? Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a ton of fun. Coming in 2nd. Congrats. And then, Pete, do you want to talk about 1st place?
I do Mr. Caleb Reddick for, I'll just Saturnine that, though it's a ruler theme. I'm pretty sure it's triple Saturnine build. Yeah, it is. Prime classes, Captain Carter's Shield, Butterfly, Saturnine with the Lyre and Spin, Saturnine with Indigo Tribe, and Saturnine with the Darkhold, Jennifer Kale with Sinestro Core Ring, Black Shirt Porter with Cloak of Levitation, Groot, Colossal Groot, and Starro, the 20-point Avatar of Khonshu with a bunch of stuff on the sideline. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, we've seen the Saturnine build be pretty strong, so I would expect that to change before the next silver runs. But yeah, congrats on the win in Oklahoma, Caleb. Then the final event, 26 players at Florida. Coming in 8th place was Cornelius with Queen Hidari. It was a 100-point Hidari Yao with the Exospecs, Carnage Silver Surfer with the Avatar of Khonshu, Sicarian Iron Man with the Cloak of Levitation, the Legacy Cosmo, Notorious 55 Penguin. That's the one that you give powers to people. Then the Prime Elsa Bloodstone with the Trick Arrows, Commissioner Per Degaton with Reality Gem, and then a Shield Operative Pog from Black Panther. And that's the one, what does it do here? So when an adjacent friendly character uses Outwit, Perplex, or Prob, increase their minimum range by +1. Is he giving those Trick Arrows to anyone, do you think? Probably not. Just using them with the free attack?
I think just using them.
Yeah. Well, that's a very offensive team.
Why the Reality Gem on Per Degaton? Just the Perplex?
I think the Perplex TK, because then he could be on like Outwit, maybe, I guess, or maybe Sidestep for enhancement. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of is maybe he put him on
that. You don't need the leadership. You can put him on 9. And so now he's going to have triple target with 11 for 3 to be an attacker.
Yeah.
And
with Psychic Blast and Enhancement.
The Shield Operative would give him a 7 range for that Perplex, right? Because his minimum range is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your leadership is still Commissioner. Yeah, that's cool. That makes sense.
I'm trying to understand the minimum range, increasing their minimum range, because he also has a shield. So I guess that would be if somebody has a 4 range or a 0 range, it would just make the minimum 5 instead. That's what I'm figuring how that's going to work.
Does it have to do with their printed, though? So, like, he's a printed 6 range. So does that make his minimum range 6?
It has to be his minimum. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I guess the reason why it says increase their minimum range, so that means that their minimum range has to be their printed, right? And this would be if someone has 0 range, it's not on it.
This thing already has the shield team ability, though, so it's already doing
that. No, that's, yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing it doesn't do, it's increasing their minimum range is like, I think that's mainly going to be boosting people with 0 range, is what I'm thinking. For that?
From a 4 to a 5? For those powers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Regardless of what they're, that's what I'm looking at, because
well, but that helps you stay out of the range of the pulse wave in a lot of cases. So it makes sense to me. It's still a range heavy game, especially in silver.
Especially silver,
yeah. So it's a great 10 points. So.
Yeah, really cool offensive team. That was 8th place. Do you want to go into 7th?
Yep, in 7th we have Michael Nelson with Fish Tank, which is a great song by Kanye West on South Park. He loves fish sticks. We have Ruler Theme with Prime Colossus and Captain Carter Shield, Blackheart with Trick Arrow, Butterfly, Aquaman from BTU with Team Up card, Saturnine with Darkhold, Jennifer Kale, Black Shirt Porter, and Starro. With Ares, Batman, Michael Keaton, Cosmo, Griever, Magneto, Mr. Sinister, Beezer, Mikatakalok on his sideline. And if you look at his sideline, his tarot deck is huge. Definitely a huge deck.
So what is your opinion on this Aquaman team-up card build, especially with the, I can't even say it, Beezer, Mikatakalok?
So so you got to sound it out. So I can do a visual. But Beezer, and it's Mika talk a lot. Beezer, Mika talk a lot.
Got it.
No, I like it. I'm just not sure that the mind control works well with it. I mean, he got top 8, so that's understandable. But yeah, I did the mind control thing with Legacy Dark Side, but that was with a 10 range. So I mean, maybe it gives them a little bit of a different outcome. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I got him to top 8 and went 3-3, so it was definitely successful. But I'm just not sure that's best for what Dolphin needs in silver.
So everybody gets Dolphin except for Starro, right? And then just
Yes.
open to hit him with Blackheart and Trick Arrows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, not bad. How about 6th place?
We have 6th place is Christian Colinci with silver. This is a unthemed team. We have Arachnite at 100 with the Power Gem, another Arachnite at 60 with the Trick Arrows, Butterfly, Morgan Le Fay without the team up card at 50, Kevin at 40, the Black Panther, Cherry Panther Legacy, and Madam Web with the Spin Ring and a Timebreaker. So, Butterfly swaps were Legacy Ace, Carnage Surfer, Griever. I don't think Kong. I don't know why Kong is on the sideline. Am I missing something?
If you bring in Lilith, can you then bring in Kong?
You can, yes. Okay, sorry, that's where it is. Okay, and then the Mystery of the Strange Cube and Michael Keaton. So
it's nice to see Arachnite start to see a couple more teams. The 100.1 with the Power Gem though is awesome, making him a 12 for 6. Big fan of that.
I feel like he's made enough teams. He's just not super dominant. He's definitely sprinkled in there, though.
I feel like there's been days where we haven't even talked about him, but this one has too. So I do like that. Do you want to go into 5th place, Pete?
Yeah, I have Joshua Parlin with Clap If You Love Dynamo. I think this is the same team he played before. Ruler theme. Camo with the Ock Arms. APOC. The classic Legacy APOC at 100 points. And then he also had Blackheart with the Power Gem, Butterfly, Scott Porter, Blackshirt, and one of the Legacy Daredevils with the sideline of base, Brainiac, Cosmo, Ducky, Deadpool, also Bloodstone, Griever, Mern, and the Sackman.
Yeah, I like this a lot, just being able to dance with the Apocalypse Pogs. Very strong.
Yeah, this is a fun team. This would be a fun team to play all day too, honestly. Just a ton of attackers.
Yeah. And then coming in 4th place was Logan Growney with Ricky J. It was the Batman team up, Prime Wonder Woman with the Green Lantern ring and the utility belt, Butterfly, Man Thing from Next Phase, the non-prime, Flash Raptor, and then Rick Jones with the time platform, Jennifer Kale with Manifold at, what is this, the 30.1 from the OP, and then White Shirt Porter with Sinestro Core Ring, and then the Spider-Man at 25 points that hands out the team player team ability. So unthemed, just looks like another just really high attacking team. So not bad at all.
Dude, I love Rick Jones. I have played that piece so many times trying to make it do anything for me, and it has never done anything other than die.
You have not made it memorable.
I love Rick Jones. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, cool to see him get on a team here and take 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Rick Jones got a map. That's a success.
Do you want to take us to 3rd place, Miles?
And of course you can always say, because I'm Rick Jones, bitch.
That's right. Exactly. We have Nathan Feumeyer with No Longer Our Team, which is the 200-point Iron Man with Influence and Spectral, Butterfly, Sakarian Iron Man with Cloak, Mr. Oz, and Prime Madame Xanadu. I'm loving his sideline because he was thinking ahead. He has 2 Elsa Bloodstones, a Jubilee, a Cersei, and then he has Death Metal Wonder Woman, and then War Machine with Keaton.
Are you talking
he's
about
like, okay, someone's gonna
the Chair Panther?
try and shut off. Yeah. So Panther's now going to shut off, potentially both Bloodstones.
That's very true. But being able to bring that Jubilee in, we just saw her in our game. She's still really good, especially if you can get map. And then Cersei's to shut down Darkseid. And then is that the new War Machine? No, that's just the call-in for Sicarian.
Yeah. Or the Iron Man.
And
that Cersei could be good, but with Michael Keaton's around, she's really not going to do much.
Very true. Shuts her down too. See ya.
That Iron Man's interesting.
Oh, he's great at 200. He's like, you think he's not that scary until he walks over there and hits you.
Someone else.
Well, with 200 points, 100. I think that it's really shown. I believe it has to be. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was him that played it as well. And last week I think it was.
He might have also been Texas. Unless it was, we've only seen one team with that Iron Man, right? One other one.
Yeah.
It had to have been him. So very cool taking this team to third place. How about Emily's second place team?
All right, needs more Saturnine 2.0. I can tell where this is going. So we have Prime Colossus with Captain Carter's shield, Butterfly. We have triple Saturnine, one with the cloak, one with Spectral and Lyre, and one with Indigo. Then we have Jen Kale with Remaker and Spin. We have Blackship Porter with the Darkhold. Then we have the Colossal Groot and Starro with Khonshu. Ruler theme. Looks like Butterfly swaps are Legacy Cosmo, Deathbringer, Elsa Bloodstone, Griever, and Watcher, I think, and Death Metal. And then Michael Keaton and Khonshu on the sideline.
I think she said that she just kind of decided on Thursday to take the trip from Canada to Florida. So not bad to just decide to take a trip out of the country and play second in Florida State. So congrats, Emily. All right, and then winning the event was Josafa Els. Pete, do you want to take his team?
I do. Team name is Assemble. It is Avengers. So happy to see that keyword win a states. Captain America from Avengers Forever 051 with Bucky's arm. Yeah. Captain America 051 from Empire. So two of them, one with Bucky's arm, one without. Hawkeye and Hawkeye with the trick arrow, Saki with the cloak, Steve Rogers from CAV 038, Old Man Steve, Legacy Panther, and Ant-Man. And then the sideline was Black Panther 43B, Falcon, Flash Thompson, Frogman, Hawkeye and Hawkeye, Hope Summers, She-Hulk, and Spider-Man. Miles, why two of those?
Because you need both of them to swap out so they can both go out.
Right? Yes. So you need two of them in order to remove both from the map, because it says choose 4 other characters instead of the X-Men swap. And so in order to take off both, you need to have double swap.
So he's most likely always getting rid of both and then putting in the Prime Black Panther and another Hawkeye? Who else is he taking out then?
You could also drop
Steve Rogers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
So he's going to have 125 points for his first swap, because I don't see him ever getting rid of Hawkeye and Hawkeye or Ant-Man.
Right.
Nope. Yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty much 100 or 200 points because it's Steve Rogers and both caps, right?
Yeah, and then you can also take out Legacy Black Panther if there's no reason for him to shut off a sideline. So it's going to give you another 30 points.
For maybe that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing my boy Flash, which is great. So I love that.
Well, so he can just make the points work however he wants for the matchup then, because it's essentially 200 points. So if you pull in She-Hulk, Spider-Man, and Hawkeye. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. It looks like there's a lot of ways that he can do it. There's going to be some times where he's obviously going to keep Panther, but there's also going to be some matchups where he's not. So that's going to give him a lot more to work with, too. But yeah, Hawkeye, and Ant-Man, I just don't see them ever removing those two or Sicarian.
No. Man, making Sicarian giant sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
And then that Steve Rogers is making the Chair Panther in Avengers because he did not get the keyword.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Right.
But yeah, congrats to Joe.
Yeah, really smart team, man. Congrats.
So I talked with Emily about it. Because Emily actually beat him in Swiss by just a few points, but she didn't like the map that he put her on, and so this time she went first, and she said that was actually, in hindsight, a mistake because he just waffle stomped her in the finals. It was like 400-30, and if you look at how his points compared to everybody else, Josafa was putting in work, just getting the points.
What map did they go to? Do you know?
I can't remember the first map. She was just talking about I'm gonna double check to see what map she was talking about.
Because so he would have picked the first one you said?
She didn't say. Yeah, she said I said that she should have chosen to go first again instead of map. She didn't like the map he put her on in Swiss, even though she beat him.
Okay. It was probably I would assume, one of the big maps with a lot of elevation.
Yeah, because she won 165 to 155.
And
then turns out that a piece fell off, and so she got a few more points. Yeah, so that was, let me go up here where the round is. It was round 5. She ended up winning 180 to 160. And then the finals, when they met again, Josafa won 400-30.
I wonder what team what map she chose on, because that Colossus probably did not have a good time on the one of the elevated maps.
That's what I'm thinking too. And then that's why she's saying in hindsight she's gonna have her blog post, which is always fun to read because she somehow remembers like the most important things during her games. But she also writes notes, which is really smart.
Yeah, she always has a really cool write-up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that will wrap up our Silver States results for the 2024 season. So we will see what happens with that going forward. Hopefully, we are back leading up to Rock Cup in May with another one. But how about some listener questions?
Your ass better call somebody!
Wes Robertson wants to know, do you think there is more Collector's Trove than we've seen? It seems extremely odd to roll out fewer figures and more boosters per brick. So I honestly don't know why the set that starts with the new 12 boosters a case shift is so much smaller, but I really just hope it's not an ongoing trend and it's just like a one-off. But it doesn't look like there's much more to their set, does it?
Yes, there is. Not the set proper, but if I would have to guess, just like Deadpool Weapon X, and then we have that armor bystander equipment, it's going to really suck. I have a feeling that we're going to be getting that a lot of equipment, including Yarnbjorn, in the chase boosters. So I'm expecting there to be quite a lot of bystanders, tokens for characters and equipment in the chase boosters.
You're telling me I got to go run down Yarnborn at the...
Why else would that specifically be on a figure in the set?
Yeah.
And then finding out bystander equipment. That's 100% going to be in there.
Are we?
Because there's no way this should be one equipment.
Are we for sure done with equipment?
I don't.
There's only one figure left to be pulled, I believe. There's one more chase left.
Okay.
I hope it has Yarnborn. I guess.
It's. Yeah, I don't. Trying to go through the numbers now. Let's see. There's 43, 44, 45, 46. We're missing 42.
And every
between Panther and because there's no way there's going to be something added after Collector.
Right.
And none of the chases have equipment, so it'd be really weird to see a chase with an equipment.
Yeah, you're right. They all do
one
basically like
shots.
one shots. Yeah, you're right. I could see that.
And we've seen
Maybe,
all of these.
well, so maybe have we seen the play at home?
No. Oh yeah,
maybe?
we did, right?
Yes, yeah. We have seen the play at home kits.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
We're missing the chase. We don't know who the last chase is, and then we're missing 2 legacy cards. And then however many Pogs are going to be in the set for the chase booster, and I just have a feeling that it's going to be stupid many, because they're going to be like, oh, we can make equipment bystanders. Let's throw them all into these chase boosters. And so there's going to be like probably 20, 25 equipment bystander tokens.
That seems a little high. How many bystanders are in? Oh, there's so many.
Definitely like 16. So, the Charlie 27 is being in there. If you actually go to the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's going to be the OG Guardians. And so so you're going to have Yondu, the original Yondu, I think. You're going to have Starhawk. You're going to have probably Vance Astro, Alita, Martinex. And then depending on if they want to go the route of the 90s run, potentially more of those, but I'm going to say probably 5 of those. And then probably, I'm going to say 20 Pogs. So 15 equipment. Let's go with that. 10 to 15.
Black Panther did 16 also.
Yeah.
Man, that's going to be really hard to track
down
11 equipment Pogs, if that's the case.
Especially like the first one, the only one that's shown right now is it's an equipment. And so people are going to obviously, that's the price, even if it's not a great equipment, it's still going to go for a lot because it's an equipment.
Yeah.
So that's that what it gives you toughness and flight.
Yeah.
People are going to be selling that for $100+ just because it's an equipment. And it's like, really? It just gives you flight and toughness.
I mean, it's basically the Beetle Pod, just, a little cheaper.
Yeah, with no speed.
5 points. Yep. That's really good for flight and toughness.
Yeah, no, it's very good. I'm not saying it's not. It just to me it's the Beetle Pod, but a couple of points cheaper because you don't get the +2 speed.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then his next question is, does the addition? Oh, what's that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'd say if 16, then I think there's going to be 6 of the Guardians Pogs and then 10 equipment.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be rough to collect all that stuff. I've pretty much given up on them, which sucks because I'm a completionist.
Yep.
That would be wild.
Does the addition of the one-shots and other sideline options... I don't know how that reads. Does the addition of the one-shots and other sideline options, how is Mern affected in playability? I don't think really any of the sideline or the one-shots are going to be affecting the game except for rivalry. If that one's not changed, that'll be on every build. And then maybe there's one-shot that really helps your specific build. But now you have the avatar traits and the gods like Ares on everyone's sideline. So sidelines are definitely going to be full again. It's hard to think that Butterfly and Mern would be less popular in the future, though.
Yeah, I mean, I like what the one-shots do. They offer flavor. I mean, rivalry is the only one that's like, oh, well... That's just kind of is going to be on most teams. But otherwise, the other ones are very just specific, so it's depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, they're so situational.
Yeah. They built it all. The rivalry is going to make Mern even more important because you're guaranteed it.
But besides that one-shot, there's really not any specific like must-play, right? It's all basically just if it's one specific figure or it works really, really well on your team.
Yeah.
I don't think it affects Mern at all. I think Mern's just as important as he's always been.
Yeah, you just have to change your other options. Mern's always going to be on there.
Yeah.
Much.
Or you're going to have Butterfly, and Mern's going to be one of the things that you look at depending on the keywords.
Mm-hmm.
And then most comic accurate character design of the year. My pick is Masters of Time Rare Flash. Great design. What did you guys pick for this one?
There's only one answer. He won Worlds. It was Man-Thing from Next Phase. It's everything that character does, comic accurately, and it makes him he's the most comic accurate figure I think they've ever made.
Okay. Dan, what about you?
He was so...
What's that?
Oh, most comic accurate character design.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually a legitimately tough question this year.
Do you want us to come back to you?
I really like the LE Thor, the old King Thor. That's very much him at the end of time. So.
Okay. Pete, do you have one?
I think Hercules from the Black Panther set. I think that's just Hercules, the 100-point dial.
Yeah.
Charge, flurry, plasticity, super strength, close combat expert, impervious. I mean, he just is like, that's what you see when you read the comics that he's in and stuff like that. So, and I thought that the sculpt was a really good version of him too, like kind of the classic golden crowned Hercules. So that one I thought was, to answer the question, I think it's the most comic accurate.
He really was well done. Whoever did his hats off, they did a really good job.
It's definitely the best one that we've gotten since we started to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing him. I have one. He's, and on fun keywords like Avengers, Warriors, stuff like that. So
I thought it was actually the Black Panther Miles Morales Spider-Man. I played a few fun Spider-Verse teams, and Miles is kind of always that piece that's underwhelming. But this one really just feels so much like him, and it's a lot of fun to play him too, which is huge.
Yeah, this has been the best version of him since the Prime. That wasn't him.
Yeah. And then I still have not played Marvel's Rivals, but I don't even know how you would turn that into an Iconics. Are you guys playing it still?
It's pretty easy. I mean, you could just take what they're doing in the game and give similar powers to it, like phasing to Loki and ability to make. They kind of already do it in HeroClix. Loki always makes bystanders in some form or fashion. What's the question though specifically?
Marvel Rivals Team Iconics design it.
Dude, you would love Jack the Land Shark, Redman. He has this super thing where he like basically eats the whole other team, and then you can just run around and throw them wherever you want. So a lot of times, if you pull it off, you just throw their whole team off a cliff and watch them die.
He's just a character that you can play.
Yeah, he can play Jeff the Land Shark. It's fantastic. He's so fun and he's adorable.
Yeah, Jeff's the man.
Yeah.
You can just select him because I haven't seen anybody talk about him.
Oh no!
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, El Jefe's meta.
He's even got his own game mode right now. It's like you just play against like 8 other Jeff the Land Sharks. It's awesome.
Yeah, people love Jeff the Land Shark.
How strong he is.
I mean, the game's been out for like 2 weeks. Like, I understand wanting game balance, but like I don't think anything's really that bad right now.
So my son's really into it, so he'll come and talk to me about it, which is kind of fun because Logan normally doesn't care that much about comic book stuff. And so he'll come and talk to me, but I guess him and his buddy, one was playing as Scarlet Witch and one was playing as Jeff. So they would both ult at the same time. So Jeff would swallow everybody up, and then Logan would basically supercharge the witch bomb. And so they would spit him back out and just watch Logan kill all of them at once. So he was telling me how that was going. I guess a couple of lobbies quit on him after that happened a couple times. So they're having fun with it. It's a fun game. It really is a fun game.
Is there any way that you would design, if you could pick like one piece from the game and design it in HeroClix, what would you do?
Oh, I'd do El Jefe. And I would give him some ability to, like, everything around him turns into water, and then you can pick up and move either friendly or opposing characters, like, within, like, 6 or something and drop them back off. Like, that would be wildly fun.
Dan, what would you do?
Man, there's so many characters in the game. Man, Moon Knight's really cool. He's another one that's like good looking.
Yeah, he's really good too.
I mean, but I also just like Thor as like a tank. Like, I don't know. He does some pretty neat stuff too.
And they have like specialized team ups too, which I was figuring out playing. To where like Jeff is rolling around on Groot's shoulders, so you can't really hurt Groot until you get rid of Jeff. And there was one time where I was playing with the Doctor Strange who kept throwing his portal in front of my Punisher, so I would just sit in my turret and shoot through the portal into another point.
I think the magic team up is really good too. Her with I can't remember who she teams up with, but oh my god, it's so disgusting.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
Maybe over break here, I'll be able to get in.
Control my internet. It's too laggy for me out here.
So
I can't even get to the tutorial.
Really?
No, I tried. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I have laggy for gaming. At least on my laptop. I don't have a desktop, so maybe we'd change with that.
Yeah. And then he wants thoughts on this build, which I immediately thought was a Miles build. It has Prime Iron Man with the trick arrows, John Constantine, Myrn with Avatar of Towerette, Kraglin from the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday set with the motorcycle, Berdegatin, and 2 10-point Baby Groot Pogs.
Oh, that definitely sounds like a Wes build. Wow, Wes, your team building skills are getting really good. It's not that it worked out for you. Man, so good. Yeah, no, we've talked about it. He's seen the team perform, and I told him the same thing. I'm like, why are you doing a Kryptonian build? And he's like, what does that mean? I'm like, you see a good team and you make it bad.
Yeah,
we've talked about this.
Like the Kryptonian cut for sure.
You know how to make that team better. I showed you how to.
All right.
Baby Groot's the truth. People are sleeping.
Baby Groot Kraglin, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finishes up with Merry Christmas to the HeroClix community and a special Merry Christmas to Ryan, Miles, Dan, and Pete. Thank you for all you do for the community, the laughs, the insights, the great conversations. The four of you are meta in my book. Looking forward to rolling dice with you in the new year. Now here's my question. The Guardians calendar was a lot of fun last year. I would love an Advent cliX set every year, especially if they were randomized in the set. What would you think about an Advent cliX every year? Well, first, I do hope to see you at an event soon, Wes. Getting to talk to you at Red, White, and cliX was really cool. I think that it would be really cool to have that. The problem is that I'm never waiting to open one piece at a time day by day. I'm opening that immediately as soon as I have it in my hands. But the idea is cool. I'd buy it.
I would be the other way. Either I'd have to open it all at once, or like I would open it all early, or I would like stifle myself until the very last day to be able to open it all at once. So I'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna do it now or do it at the end. So it'd be very hard.
Even my Advent calendar I have with candy, I have to open them all at once. So
candy.
They're like M&Ms, the size of an M&M. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that one M&M a day. Yeah, no, give me all 25. Yeah, it'd be good. Someone has already said that, they'd have to make sure it was released on time. So I wouldn't think it'd be a smart business play currently for them to set out an Advent cliX calendar every year.
Maybe you could do it in summer.
Might as well, yeah.
It is the Festivus Eve, so I guess the grievances are coming now, huh? Thanks very much for the compliment, Wes. Appreciate the support 100%. It's been a really fun few months watching this whole idea grow. So it's been very cool. As far as the Advent calendar, I would love one every year. Like Guardians one was so well done. There's so many fun playable things in that set by itself, and definitely outside of that set. So I think it'd be a great idea. I think it's a great idea they should just target a different team every year where you can get characters that you wouldn't normally see in sets. Like X-Men one year. Yeah. I would absolutely buy it every year, without a doubt. And I'm a lot better at these guys. I don't open all my Advent calendar stuff all on one day. So I would be fine opening it one day at a time.
Even if you're fine eating an M&M a day?
Dude, we get the kids the lotto ones where they scratch off every day. I don't let them scratch the whole card the first day.
Oh, I don't let my kids do it. I tell them, when you become an adult, you can make your decisions. That's how it works. You want to drink from the gallon of milk? Become an adult. It's the perks of an adult.
And then it looks like someone named Westpool, who is very clearly a different person than Wes, got a hold of Wes's login information and asked the following. Is Aquamile's pants wet from the ocean, or is he just happy to see me? I always assumed that it was actually the ocean that was wet because of Miles' pants, Aquamiles' pants. But Miles, do you want to answer that for Aquamiles?
I don't know when Aquamiles' pants were wet at all. Because you see, this is where water is not wet. So in order to become wet, you cannot be fully submerged. you're only wet when you're out of water, which means Aqua Miles is never wet.
But he's wet sometimes.
Because water isn't wet. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not from West Pool.
And hot take, Dennis Quaid's video is funnier and less creepy than Aqua Miles's.
Those fighting words. You know, West Pool, you gotta be careful. You're writing checks that I know your arms can't cash.
I don't like this voice. Evan, it's so creepy.
That's West Pool.
Oh, is it?
It's West Pool. Yeah, it's West Pool. That's 100% what he sounds like. That's 100% West Pool.
Man, I'm gonna go need to take a shower after this. Jeez.
So that's the wrong Quaid though, wasn't it? Randy Quaid?
Yeah, I think it was Randy Quaid.
It was.
Once again, don't even know your Quaids.
Yeah. No, you got to go after the right Quaid brother, not the wrong Quaid brother.
Yeah, I have no problem with Dennis. He's great in the movie Caveman. Maybe you got him watching that 'cause that's like one of the greatest movies ever made. It's from 1982.
I doubt that West Pool sat down and watched Caveman from 1982, but maybe he did. He'll let us know.
I mean, it's, he's missing out.
All right, we're gonna go to.
I would honestly rather talk about what's in Aqua Miles' pants than have you do West Pool's voice ever again.
Why not do both? I'll do West Pool's voice.
No, I didn't do West Pool's voice. No. That was West Pool. West Pool sent those in audio.
It was an audio.
That wasn't Redman. I don't know what you're talking about.
I downloaded it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Why not do both? Anyway, moving on.
All right, McConnell Lamar. Hey, gents, how are you doing? Or how? Let's start that over. Hey, gents, hope you all are doing. Oh my God, hope you are all doing well.
Try doing a West Pool's voice.
Nope, I don't have any more clips from West Pool. Those are straight from him. I just missed out on a Mephisto auction that went for a decent price. Clearly, the chapstick is a step in the right direction. I think I actually saw which auction you're talking about. I think it went for, I want to say like 107. So
it's not bad at all.
You got to get that. I'm gonna start tagging you, McConnell, and sending you links to eBay auctions. And if someone puts one up on Facebook, we're gonna get you one soon.
Somebody in this community, step up for McConnell here. Somebody there has a Mephisto they're not playing anymore. Hook McConnell up.
Yeah, this is like, he's the nicest dude in cliX, or at least one of them for sure. So like, help him out.
Send us a message. Send him a message. We're gonna get a Mephisto into McConnell's hands. If you could change one thing about Silver Age, what would it be? I'll let you guys go first on this one.
The hot take is going to be Highlander.
Yeah, I actually, that's like the one thing that if I could have that, I'd probably do it. But I don't personally like need to change anything. Like, I actually really enjoy Silver as it is right now. But Highlander's like a wish list type of thing.
Yeah, Highlander would be awesome.
Highlander's a great idea. Ooh. That's such a good idea. It's way better than my idea.
What was it?
Yeah, just to have people obviously not play things that are just completely unbroken and fun. Like, let's just not do that, but I don't think we can impact that. I think Silver, for as young of a format as it is and everything it's trying to accomplish, is pretty responsive, and I think most of these things are going to get addressed. What's been fascinating to me during this Silver season as it unfolded, the biggest problems in Silver weren't Silver. It was Saturnine was an issue with multiples. That's going to get fixed, but the biggest problems were modern pieces being played in Silver.
Right.
So everybody getting mad at the format that's super responsive and changes on the fly with a rolling set throughout the whole season is doing fine. It's the stuff that comes in from Modern that lets you play it. And some of it was player choices. I mean, let's not let people off the hook here, right? Like, if you make the choices to do that, then you're making the choice to do that, and that's, I guess, fine, but it's, it's not, let's not say that and then say, let's talk about community. Like, those are two completely separate things. You can't hand somebody a giant turd sandwich and then tell them, hey, look, I did you a favor, I handed you a turd sandwich. So that's my whole sense with that. But the Highlander's a great idea, honestly. That would fix a lot of problems. And it'd make it fun to build in. And you certainly have plenty of things to build in silver with Highlander.
Yeah, building off that, I'd just say a faster response time to modern problems. Just because Darkseid wasn't winning doesn't mean that he was healthy for the format. What are your thoughts on Silver Age Pulp? Any figures immediately jump out at you as needing banned or restricted? I definitely would have more interest in Silver Age Pulp than Modern Age Pulp, as long as there is a similar bench list to Silver. Even though I'm not a fan of Modern Pulp, rotation is really the best thing about it. So many dumb pieces left this last rotation, and I'd hate to have to deal with them again, which is, I think, my biggest thing. But I don't know. Really, it's the Spiderling, I would say, would need to be a big one. Dice manipulation's a pretty big thing. I think you're looking at more Silver Age, the same thing that are issues with Silver Age 3 or 400, right?
I think so. Yeah, the 2x2s are obviously there.
Yeah.
If Silver is going to become a thing, I would also like to see the gravity feeds be allowed in Silver Pulp. Like, I know Marvel is just, the sets, but Silver, I'd love to be able to play the Turtles in Silver or the Fast Forces. I think that would be a fun way, because Pulp is supposed to be like a new player friendly. It's not format, and Silver is going to be for your more experienced. And to see more play from more pieces, I think would be awesome, especially like the Turtles that don't really see any play. And I think Pulp would be great to see.
I agree. One of my criticisms of HeroClix since we started was that essentially after Modern, pieces just lose value. And except with our play group, because of the monthly, things always maintain some value or some form or fashion because of that. But having a format either in Pulp or just Silver overall where these pieces are still good, you're still only having to eliminate only a handful of broken interactions throughout a game going back years, and giving you an option to maintain some value in your collection and have some fun with your collection. So I think it's a great format. I will continue to support it. I'm pretty confident in saying that the podcast will continue to support it, because we all like the idea of it. It just needs to be refined, and it will be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Pulp's a good idea. I would get rid of the 2x2s. I don't think you can have that in that format. So, in Pulp.
Dan, any opinion on Silver Age Pulp?
No, you guys pretty much hit it nail on the head there. I like the gravity feed idea too, being able to expand that out just to give more pieces, because they're basically only rares and commons for the most part in the grav feeds. You had the technical chases in a couple of them, but generally speaking, I like that too. I don't really think I could add anything else.
What about making Silver Pulp theme?
Yeah.
Does that do anything for anybody?
Oh, actually, that might mess with some things being stupid, but I honestly just theme format be its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually be played more. That's the problem. Theme format is the one format that no one plays because they don't like Highlander, and that's unfortunate. I think it's more so that more places aren't running it than it's not a liked format. So I think that if people actually, if we actually had bigger events, if we actually had bigger events that made that the format, people would still come and play, and then you'd see that people enjoy it.
Theme is fun to build for, and you've got to be a little creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna sometimes not have the optimum thing.
You use the one banned word in HeroClix.
Fun.
Creative.
Oh, creative.
Fun was a good guess too, Dan.
Yeah. Well, it is creative. No.
All right, then his last question is, what would you like to see as a chase theme for Smash and Destroy?
Title of your sex tape.
That's a hard set to guess since it's not exactly linked to a character or team, but I want to see just big tanky pieces that just would take down buildings like Juggernaut or Hulk or Blob. I really want just a really awesome Juggernaut.
So, okay. So I saw this a month ago or so when the what was it? The new Heralds of Galactus were revealed for comics, where it was Gambit, a bunch of other people, and everybody's like, "Hey, we want that to be a chase set." I'd actually really like to see a super rare theme instead of a chase theme. Make the chases good. They can be whatever. They're obviously gonna want to be related to Hulk and characters that cause a lot of structural damage to like this vicinity around them, stuff like that. But I think it would be cooler to like see like a rare theme or a super rare theme of things versus like just the chases. That's just my personal
Chases. You want the chases to be figures that no one's expects or that are really people don't think of when they think of Smash and Destroy, and that's gonna be Hulk villains from the past that really like only had like 1 or 2 issues. I think that'd be really sweet. Get a new Zyzax, figures like that.
Had him in forever.
Figures like Claw.
He'd be cool.
Just like these, just big destructive figures that way. We just really haven't had a chance to see. I mean, Incredible Hulk. There was that chase theme where it's everyone's a version of the Hulk, which that's cool and all. But yeah, I'd just like to see like just Hulk villains as a whole, like that. Really, that's when Smash and Destroy. Like, I mean, I'd love to see like an Absorbing Man, a Zyzax, Abomination.
Yeah.
What was it? The Glob.
Yep. They're sneaking in the Immortal Hulk stuff too, because we saw Red Harpy was revealed as a teaser. So this would be a perfect opportunity to get like Devil Hulk as one of the like showing the hit like Dr. Banner's like different versions of Hulk in his psyche. So that would be cool.
I like
Devil
Hulk,
Hulk,
Miles, because that's like the classic like comic book run of like Hulk was never accepted and he was always dangerous and chased down, and most of the time he was trying to save everybody from some other worse monster. That would be kind of fun.
And hopefully they do it like the first appearance of Wolverine and the Wendigo, where they use the Herp Trips or design, because he doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to Hulk comics, and I just love that simplistic like Frankenstein look that Herb does.
I would also consider the Pantheon Hulk, like a set of the Pantheon chases, like the Pantheon team where he was super smart. That was a really fun and underrated team.
I want the legacy because that means they're not going to get guns, and I want my Hulk with guns. Legacy it.
That was a fun time.
It was, and or if they do remake him, give him slippers this time.
Or just anything related to Joe Fixit. I love Joe Fixit. Such a great character.
Yeah.
Garrett Schnothorst, happy holidays, everyone. Next time Aaron is on, make sure you peer pressure him to pull the Exoswords Magic Errata. And I saw Matty G chime in on this. He agrees with that also and is looking for one for his collection. But I absolutely will mention that, and it won't be the first time I mention that. That piece had an awesome sculpt and was finally a playable Magic, and then she got nerfed to the ground.
It also felt like Magic, finally, instead of
Exactly.
It like most of the ones were like, hey, I'm a transporter, or you've had like the chase versions, obviously with the Phoenix Force. That's not that's Magic, right? But it's she's got the bird behind her, so it's a little different. But yeah, that was definitely like that felt like very much true Magic.
And then she got some... Go ahead, Pete. I was gonna say that she got some like a common and uncommon, and they were fine, but they weren't like the cool Magic that we wanted. That was the super rare.
Exactly.
Yeah, that Magic always gets the transporter role of thing in these type of things, but dude, she is a legit badass.
Oh yeah.
Like on so many levels. So that one, and even if you take away the errata, she's not a broken piece.
Nope.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's a strange one. They did it with Goblin King, so maybe there's a chance this happens.
I could see that. Yeah.
What are your hopes and dreams for Spider-Verse and Smash and Destroy, whether that be themes, characters, equipment, or legacies? I always like more symbiotes for Spider-Verse, and then, like I said before, a super playable Juggernaut from Smash and Destroy. Those are my big ones.
So Spider-Man has the opportunity to do the greatest thing ever, and that's going to give us a chase theme of one of the most maligned and hated storylines of all time, with the Clone Saga. I want a chase theme of all the clones of Spider-Man. I want Dusk. I want Kane. I want Scarlet Spider.
I want Scarlet Spider.
We did this years ago during Amazing Spider. I don't need a redo of that.
No, they weren't the chases. They were just crappy rares. You make them playable and sweet, and you give them like a shifting focus at the beginning of the turn, since free doesn't exist anymore.
I guess that's fair. I would... I don't know about the chase theme, but I dig like other characters that are like very related to Spider-Man. Like obviously you've got like Anansi, which is like the very first like Spider avatar. You've got, I mean, if they sneak my boy Flash in there, obviously, like, you've got, like, the Spider family, and you've got a lot of extensions. Like, that's grown, like, quite a lot, I'd say, over the past, I don't know, like, a decade or so. So, like, you got a deep stuff you can pull from, and there's some pretty neat stuff. So, like, that's definitely something I always look forward to in every Spider-Man set. Obviously, his Rogues Gallery is really good, so there's never, like, a bad time to make them, but it's just I don't know, like you always want to make them different than like they were last time. So that's, I feel like, the tough part about that, because I don't always want to repeat the same like Rogue Gallery every time, or like the version of it.
Pete, did you have one? Yeah.
I want ridiculous versions of Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse. I want like the MS Paint Spooderman as a chase. That's what I want. Stuff that just should not in any way, shape, or form ever be made. That's the level of nuts I want in the chases for the Spider-Verse theme. 2 incredible movies, wildly fun. So you've got just whatever you can pull from for that. So everything else that those guys said is cool too. For Smash and Destroy, I don't know. I don't interact a lot with like terrain and stuff when I play, so I'm hoping this gets me up to speed on that stuff. So
maybe you'll play a map that's not Wakanda, that just has trees and some water.
No, that seems like a lot of work.
But how good is Smash and Destroy going to be? Are they going to make it free? Because it's free. It's just, you just go ahead and learn how to do something you can never do.
That's very true. So it's going to be, what would it be instead of Smash and Destroy? Look and admire?
Yeah. No, just it'd be like look. And look and admire. It's got to be that, yeah.
One thing I want, if we're gonna do this is like very much out there, I think, is a single base Mangog. He has not been made since Mighty Thor. This feels like a perfect time to fit him in, since he is very much a destructive character, and I think they could do some really cool stuff with him if they made him a single base Colossal. So that would
be a legacy.
Nah, give me something new. Like, I love what they've done with the single base Colossals, and I think he'd be really dope.
I'm going to disagree completely. Give me the Legacy God.
He's missing.
Bring him back.
He needs a card.
Just bring him back at the same point.
One cuts off his legs and we get that nice attuned butt sculpt for him, I'm all for it.
As far as the legacy for Spider-Man and Spider-Verse, I would love a legacy Superior Spider-Man from the Superior Foes. That was one of my favorite pieces.
Was that the one with the Dr. Octopus? Like Ghost? Yeah, or no, it's his Ghost.
It's his. So he was 125 points. So you can't even really play him now. He's a little rough. But if you dropped him down a little bit, he's playable. So
if we're talking legacy, give me Null without the sword.
I was just gonna say Null,
work the sword right into his dial. We don't need the sword. Just give me him.
Bro, give me the sword as legacy.
So give me a legacy, and that way I can sell him. I think he's selling for still 120. So if somebody is interested in a Null with a Necro Sword for $100, hit me up. I'll give you to him. Over Christmas.
Now that the Icy Regionals are set, a lot of them are happening before Collector's Trove will be legal. So what are you looking at for 300 Modern? I hate keep bringing it up, but Beetlejuice does kill a lot of options that were fun that I was building with. So I'm probably just going to stick with Mystical and see what happens. But little hesitant to honestly build anything right now. What are you guys looking at for 300 Modern leading into the Icy Regionals?
Well, Alex made a fun combo in Silver, and I think it's just as good in Modern. It's going to be Bat Prince and Cyborg Superman. So you don't even need Mern. You just kill Richard, and then you just attack from your starting area, because, anything that allows you to ignore the map and anything, I'm all for. I think that it's healthy for the game, and I'm hoping they continue to make stuff like that. It's real fun.
Okay. Are you going to get to play in any Icy Regionals, Miles?
There's one in Washington. It's tough because it's like the weekend before my wife's birthday, and that's like a 11 or 12-hour drive. So it's a little bit of a commitment. So I'm not sure.
Pete, are you looking at anything yet for our event?
Ours is collector's trophy should be legal for ours.
It will be legal, yeah. Well, I should say, as of right now, it should be legal.
Yeah, I'm building non-theme. I'm anticipating Beetlejuice, so I'm just trying to find ways to work around that. I mean, that's what's going to happen. At competitive events, somebody's going to play him on main force, or he's going to be coming in off the sideline. So it's just a world we have to live in right now if we're going to continue to play. So this is what it is until there's something different.
Are you looking at a specific like prime to build with, or what?
No, actually, I'm primeless this time. My prime is going to be on my sideline to be reverse flash.
Oh wow!
But yeah, I'm just messing with Hidari Yao a lot. I love the piece. I love the sculpt. I love what it does, and that's even without the universal weapon. I just think it's a great piece. Yeah, well, it does fall over. Like putting that thing on the deity
on how long it's going to be till it's broken.
Yeah, you're just asking for that piece to get broke. I like the deity basis, but if anything's top heavy, it's just like, well, how many times is this piece going to almost fall on the floor today? So that's what I'm
prime building around now with Beetlejuice being a thing, because that limits what primes are actually worth playing at the moment, even with him coming off the sideline.
Yeah. I was really wanting to play Blue Beetle, but that like I use the free pick a power that an opponent can't use. That's what I used him for the most yesterday, and can't even do that anymore. And then when he's starting his on his, or no, he's got on his top click too. Wait,
yeah.
Hold on, sorry. That's his trait, right? Where he picks.
Yeah, the trait is the
yeah.
Okay,
the attack power is the pick a power. The one trait is the get rid of a power, and then the other trait is the range attack.
But they're both free, so I mean that basically just makes him unplayable.
Yeah. No. The first one's free. The second one's just range.
That's a trait. His first trait's free, and his attack power is a free.
Yeah.
The threat depth. You use a staring power. That's a free action. The only real prime I think that people is going to be playing because it doesn't really affect them that much, sort of, except he can't charge flurry. It's Prime Panther.
Yeah, he was.
So I guess maybe
that flurry is so big though.
It is right.
Sorry, you can do flurry, but you can't charge flurry. That's just how it works.
How are you getting there?
You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's something that's, just get good, as they say.
There's a world where you are building with 2 TKs now. And then the natural response of somebody's going to be to play Despero. So it's just going to be like, well, this is going to be great. I guess I'll see you in 4 rounds.
I guess Prime White Tiger, you just generate the tiger or not. Or take it back.
Well, I mean, she goes over there, right? She's hitting for 4, and then she only takes the max of 2 damage, and then you pop the tiger out, and the tiger's like, hey, I'm 12 for 4 myself. So.
Well, does she take a max of 2 damage even if the tiger's on the force?
No, once he's out there, she takes full damage. But.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I thought you could even with the tiger on your force. Okay.
No, he has to not be on your force.
Yeah, okay.
And then those drones are sidestepping.
Yeah, because Beetlejuice stops Camo.
Yep.
You can't even generate the sharks by standard.
No, you do because it's beginning of the turn. It's not a free.
But you can't move it for free.
No, you just can't take the free.
No.
Yeah.
Primes are basically like rares now, right?
I mean, Colossus is still really good.
You can't even charge mind control.
You can't.
I mean, he can still just hit a thing for 5. I mean, that's still really good.
Yes, he can.
Totally cool. Cause
it's a totally cool prime that charges and punches you for 5.
I would say for 80, that's still really good.
That's fine. All right.
You know who else can charge and hit for 5? Animal Man.
So now, yes, he's basically just a longer dialed Animal Man.
Colonel James Rhodes is playable.
His drones can't sidestep and carry each other up.
Yep.
Oh man, never mind. Forget it. There we go.
Yep.
I knew we were gonna find a reason not to play that one too.
All right.
So I think I'm actually on the Prime Panther train because I really like him with what is it? I'm feeling Scarlet Scare right now because Pulse Wave is big, and him with her is pretty good, and then Death Metal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the world of Black Panther, Death Metal, Wonder Woman. I cannot wait for Point Denial to come back.
It's
Love
back.
playing against those teams.
It is back already.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of been there.
All right, let's take a positive turn to Garrett's last question. Got some sneak peeks at some upcoming Iconics Batcave Part 1. Batman Forever, hilarious among a few others. Thoughts and feelings? I think the Batman Forever thing is really cool. Batcave looks awesome, but I'm more excited about the Heralds of Galactus and the Galactus Legacy card.
Batman Forever, this is a hot take. Val Kilmer's a better Batman than Michael Keaton.
That's a very hot take. It's a wrong take.
Did Val Kilmer play Beetlejuice? No. Val Kilmer's a better Batman than Michael Keaton.
It seems like that's rooted somewhere else then.
Man. The juice has hurt this man.
He has. He's not allowed at my house. Yeah, he's ruined my life.
So I'm just not like I'm not the biggest Batman fan. Like the Batman Forever thing is dope, but I'm just not the biggest Batman fan. That's it. Like
no, I actually counted it. Half of the Iconics in DC, more than half are Batman. There's been 13.
There's so much better than anything we've gotten in the main sets. I guess besides the Batman Swap. Batman Swap is really cool. We've gotten a lot of lackluster ones, though.
There's these two. There's those two. Slap Batman, Nightfall, Mr. Freeze, and the Ivies. Seems a little bit too much Batman.
I don't have any problem with any of those. I thought the Nightfall set was awesome.
Nightfall set's very
No, it's just that DC's more than just Batman.
Even if you ask DC that?
I guess. I mean, maybe just DC just doesn't understand because, I mean, there is an Iconics that I think is... I want to see the Aquaman where he loses his hand. I want the sculpt of the piranhas that ate his hand from Piranha Man because DC's great at naming villains.
Do you want like an Aquaman where you can like replace the hand with different things and give you different powers?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
See?
Yeah, give me a pick of power Iron Man or Aquaman. Yeah, be great.
Did we get was there any other Iconics that were revealed? Because it's just the Heralds and then the Batman and the Batcave and that. Was that it?
There's also the OP kits because we have the Wild West OP kit shown from eBay.
There's a couple more.
Yeah, those are the only Iconics.
Iconics. There's two more 400 sets. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy and then a Spider-Man.
I'm probably more excited than I should be for the Giant Penny. I don't know why. I just want the Giant Penny on my team all the time. So I hope it's cool.
It's probably I can't imagine it not being terrain. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but we'll see.
I don't care. It's just hilarious to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope it's like the Notorious. Is that Notorious or Batman Team Up Two-Face where you had to flip a coin to figure it out?
Yeah, that was Notorious.
Yeah, I hope it's like that.
Yeah, but it better be a 2x2 penny.
A 2x2 penny. I love it.
Yeah, because that penny is huge in the comics.
Oh yeah,
it's bigger than one. That's a 2x2 penny, and I'm expecting it to be 2x2.
All right, let's go to Mork Bird. What is the best Xmas-based LE from over the years? For me, it's definitely Holiday Elf. I was sad I had to cut him from my Mystical team this year, and I regret it. So if anyone remembers this, he's going to be making my team next year for sure.
I don't know that piece.
Surfing Gingerbread Man. Yeah, Surfing Gingerbread Man. That's my guy.
I love the Abominable Snowman. He just has a place in my heart for whatever. I love me and my single base Giants and Colossals, so he's there.
Pete, do you know any of the Xmas, the Christmas-based LEs?
I'm reading about Holiday Elf right now. I'm just blown away by this.
He'd be 50% off too in our big game. I'm so mad I didn't get to play him.
I'm surprised. That's the piece that I'm like, Redmond should know what this piece does. He's real good.
Oh yeah, no, he was on my team, and then him and Arachnite were on my team, and I was very mad I had to get rid of both of them. But he's only got two keywords. It's Santa's Workshop and Mystical.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Named keyword. Looks like Santa's Workshop's going to be at monthly.
I did see that there's 4, but I don't think it's going to make the point values. You're playing way under. Like,
Miles, did you go,
it's 80 points.
Did you go surfing? Did you go surfing, Gingerbread Man?
Yeah, of
course.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 of them, right? Or no, there's the regular Gingerbread Man.
Yeah,
Surfing Gingerbread Man is hands down the best of the Gingerbread Man.
Pete, if you still have Holiday Elf up, click the Snowfall team ability, and that'll show you more people.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect for them, yep.
Jack Frost was pretty cool, too, wasn't he?
Marley? Ooh.
Huh. This is opening my
Frost
eyes here, boys. Ooh, Jack Frost is good, too.
He's the, was it next week's, I think, WizKids.com, the buy $50 and you get him for free.
I might be sitting on one, too. And a Krampus, I think.
Yeah, I have a Krampus. You gave me a Krampus one year, actually, Ribbon.
Say, if anybody needs a Krampus, I definitely have one that I have that I don't need to keep.
Holiday Elf.
I had Jacob Marley from the Undead set.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't count as a holiday figure, right? Or am I wrong?
Oh no, he just has Snowfall. I said click the Snowfall thing. Everyone else is an Ellie.
Well, why wouldn't he be holidays? He's literally from the Ebenezer Scrooge story. That was his partner, was Jacob Marley.
True, you're not wrong. I'll give you that.
I would have gone with the Gingerbread Man, not the surfing one, because Miles already took it. But I would have went surfing one if not. But
they're both
I would
cool.
say the Gingerbread Man is wildly fun. But this Jack Frost character, is he old carded?
Yeah, half off too.
They all are, I think, except for the new Gingerbread Men, but they all are, I think, otherwise.
Dude, this guy's not bad.
No.
Okay, we'll deal with this later.
Also, just
he's gonna be in my February because we're running the monthly out here, and Surfing Gingerbread Man is my speedster. Spoilers.
That's a good pick.
That's awesome that he got the speedster keyword.
Yeah.
Most creative team seen across ROC States this year. So I think that this was honestly the coolest thing about the last 2 months. Is just seeing all the cool builds people came up with and then did really well with them, just out of left field. And there was a lot of really cool ones, but I honestly think I have to go with Azil's Prime Vision team that took second in Texas, that robot team. Nobody else played robots. Yeah. I don't think anyone else played that Prime Vision. That's, I think, the one I have to go with.
My biasm would be the team that I built, which was the Teen Titans with Prime Beast Boy. But yeah, that's just my biasm.
My man.
But Azael, Prime Vision's good.
I thought the Skrulls team that made top 8 was awesome.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Aaron's fist pumping right now at that decision, Pete.
Yeah, that one was great. I loved Azael's team because I just like to see Prime Vision. I loved seeing Latveria come back in all the different versions of it just so successfully. That one always has a soft place in my heart because I loved playing those Doom swaps in that team. So that was, I'm going to echo what Redman said. The fun of this was just seeing the creativity of the builds and seeing stuff that people come up with. And you initially first looked at it and you're like, I'm not really getting it. And then by the end of it, reading the whole team, you're like, oh man, that's wicked. Like the stuff that Lou is playing with, what is the name of that? Is it Rescue?
Rescue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that team would have pantsed me, and I wouldn't have known what it was doing until it was already over. So that was truly the fun stuff of seeing pieces like Rescue come into prominence and things like that. Like that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff like that. What about you, Dan?
I will still just spawn over the Legacy Odin team. Like it got to play two of the pieces I really wanted to play in Silver, which was the Grand Prize Genesis at 150, and then Legacy Odin. That was really cool, and it literally countered a lot of the major like annoyances in Silver at the time, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was a surprising one, and just I didn't expect that Legacy card to be played, but really good piece. And then Mork's last question, if you had to choose 3 trick arrows before you knew what your opponent was playing, what would they be? I think 2 Inth Metals, and then what's the 3 damage pen to everyone?
2 dangerous.
2 dangerous. And those are my three. I would say big, but big is useless now. So 2 nth metals.
Okay, so nth metal too dangerous, and acid. Acid's huge if you got reducers. That just like -1 to reduction is big.
Now, I did say once Collector's Trove comes out, a USB might take the nth metal slots, or one of them.
Potentially, yeah.
I've always liked USB because there's so many things that depend on equipment to do what they do or be as dangerous as they are. I've always thought that's a really underused one. But I would say USB too dangerous and nth metal.
Yeah.
Big.
So I finally watched that Hawkeye show, and holy crap, they got those trick arrows on point when you're watching that show.
Oh yeah, we rewatched it. I agree.
They're cool.
Great Christmas time TV show.
Yeah, it was good. We watched it a few weeks ago. Matt Vanderloop, what pieces are you hoping Santa brings you? So Christine actually responded, Santa actually has to ask Ryan for pieces to bring others because he has so many. So that answers if I'll be getting any clicks for Christmas. But I would say it would be Chase Gaia and the White Tiger, the Prime, just so I could finish the Black Panther set.
Wow. I didn't realize you needed that piece. I have 2 of them. Consider it yours.
What's that?
Prime White Tiger.
Well, thanks, Miles.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Full service HeroClix podcast.
I know.
And I have your Diana.
Well, I appreciate that, Miles.
Yeah. What pieces am I hoping Santa brings me? I'm trying to think of like what pieces I want. I think I have every piece that I need, that I actually am building with currently. Maybe a Hadariao. That's, just because I like copying what other people play, and so I'd love to get the Hadariao universal weapon. That might be fun to play.
I like
a lot
that
of sarcasm here tonight.
I'm pure serious. I figured that, I think that's where HeroClix is going for, and I think that's what we need. I think when everyone is playing the same team, I think HeroClix is best when everyone's playing the same team.
Then you know how every game's going to go. Nothing fun or unique about it.
Yeah, it just depends on dice rolls at that point.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Pete, anything
Daniel?
from you? Dan?
Did you pick?
Oh no, I figured you'd go Pete. I was just waiting.
I need a Chaos King. I need a Zeus still. I do need a Chaos King. That's my level of stupid. Like, just wildly stupid fun.
He's a ton of fun.
Yeah, he seems like a ton of fun.
What's a free attack 3 times?
It's not going to work.
That'll be me. 3 5s in a row, that'll be me. I'm making 4 attacks that turn.
You're not doing anything.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not making any.
You'd roll it. But it's not happening.
Yeah, you just
can't even roll. You can't even roll.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I thought it was the beginning of the turn.
Nope,
yeah,
it's a free whenever you want, so you can't do it.
Free.
Sorry.
Awesome.
It's fine. I'll still play Chaos King because he is that level of just nonsense for me. Three single D6 rolls, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I want a Chaos King. It can't be all Beetlejuices all the time.
So I will say, Looper, you were technically my Santa since you traded me for a Chaos King, so I appreciate that. I would like to complete the chase. I mean, 8 out of 10 chases, but that's gonna take me a minute. At least I have 4 currently, so I'm halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Yeah.
What pieces are you hoping the Grinch steals? Obviously, Beetlejuice. I hope he gets stolen from existence.
Yeah, that one person that talked about how he hates everybody, that that they just need to get good. I hope your entire collection either goes down in a flood or the Grinch comes and takes it.
Oh,
not very nice.
I've thrown 3 times today.
Dan, do you have anything?
Not really. I mean, like the Grinch ended up like his heart grew 3 sizes by the end of the movie, so he turned out to be pretty good at the end there. So I don't know.
Dan, that's called cardiomegaly, and that's a serious medical condition. Okay, so it's not. He didn't do well. Trust me, the outcome was not good.
Man, we really are a full service podcast, Pete. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I learned something today. That was awesome.
Yeah. Your heart grows 3 sizes. It's not great. I would like somebody just to make all the Madam Webs in the world go away. If I got Thanos' gauntlet and I could just snap away Madam Webs from everybody's collection, I would at least consider it.
Man, I was like when you were like I was surprised you didn't play one yesterday. I was like, wow, all right. I didn't know it was that predictable, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want Madam Web for Christmas? Got it.
Yes.
I have one.
And you've never yet played her.
No, but you need.
No, I pulled her on launch day, and like I played her, and I had a great day that day. Like my team was ridiculous. But I just have never played her since then.
Big mistake.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
All right, Peter Marshfield, having seen the complete states results, why did Arachnite not see more play? Was it because there are too many answers for him in silver? I think partly it's still he's a little expensive and hard to track down, and I think, again, Beetlejuice really hurts him, not being able to do his free pick-a-power thing, so I think he's wasn't going to see more play. Even he did, though, over the 2 events that we saw.
He saw, I mean,
he ebbed and he flowed. Like there was weeks where we saw a couple of them, and then there was weeks where we didn't see as many. So I think he still made a splash.
But this is a piece that we expected to make the bench list for a year, and he did not.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely still really surprised that we did not see more of him. But I'm glad that he was playable.
I mean, was there fatigue for people because they played him for a couple of years in Modern?
That's what it was for me.
No, he was underplayed in Modern though. If you look at it, like Arachnite was the most underplayed of like the top pieces. When you look at everything else that was at his level.
He was my most played. Like I played him pretty much since he was legal. I played him in Modern, so for me it was fatigue. But I definitely will go back to him because he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I definitely played him once I got him. It was just like I definitely just didn't have access to him until late because I didn't buy him until almost I think a year after he came out.
And in Silver, how do you guys see Arachnite changing? Do you try to cheat some other stuff into his Spidey family? Do you recruit him into detectives? Keep him in one of his other printed keywords. So next Silver rotation, I think we should be seeing Prime Spidey come off the bench. So that's like a team right there. Prime Spidey and Arachnite, Madam Web.
Well, you play him at full and you still have 220 points left. That's insane.
Yeah.
I actually love cheating him on. I love cheating other things onto Spidey. I was planning on actually doing the Doom swap into Spidey, and that just seems like a ton of fun. So
he's only has one bad keyword, and it's Warp World. Like you can build in Defenders in Silver. It's there. Defenders is good. Spider-Man family is amazing, and it's going to get better if Prime Spidey comes. Mystical and Scientist, are you kidding me? Mystical's like probably the top keyword in Silver.
Right there too.
To say that Defenders is good because Nick went 1-4 with Defenders.
Nick,
and I just
that was pilot error. That was definitely not the keyword.
I'm gonna. So wait a second. So the guy that went top 32 at Worlds, a politician, went 1-4 at Defenders.
Yep.
Carnage Silver Surfer. I don't think he had Arachnite because I had Arachnite though, but he did have Carnage Silver Surfer and Iron Hammer.
He had Ghost Rider. He had Iron Hammer at full.
He did have a good
400
team.
Points. Yes, yeah, it was
Prime Hulk.
Yeah,
it was a good team still.
Yeah, he went 4-1 with all that. Yeah,
1-4.
It's insane. Yeah, 1-4. No, he went 4-1 with Politician, which is hilarious.
Oh, okay.
You could just make a 100-point 4-time team with that limited edition Iceman on Defenders in Silver right now. You could play Iceman or Arachnite. Like, how did Nick manage that?
It's a good question. We should ask him.
Yeah. Tough.
That was what we were asking him on the day of the event too, because that was a 3v3.
Yeah.
What game element, character, equipment, sideline element are most disappointed to have not seen as much play as you would have expected? Mine would have been a combination of the WWE ring and the boxing ring. Those surprised me a lot too, but I think Arachnite was a big one, and not seeing more Iron Hammer.
See, the biggest disappointment is, like, I'm not saying like something that is, was expected, but like the biggest disappointment that I only saw a few of is the Mini Slayer. I talked that up. I told people why it was good, and yet no one used it. So that's my biggest disappointment.
No one's playing that. Get out of here.
That's you know what? If they probably, so Peter, if you would have won, that would have got you to top 4. If you would have had the Mini Slayer on your team, that's the one critique I have of that team that got you to top 8.
All right.
Oh, Mjolnir too. Go ahead.
You can seriously make a reasonable Defenders team with just that limited edition Iceman and other tweets in silver.
Yep.
So maybe
you should message Nick and tell him how to play it.
Yeah, I'm going to. I like to message Nick.
Or you mean like 4 100 point Defenders? Is that what you're talking about? So like Arachnite, the Iceman, Iron Hammer, and something else?
Yeah, you got tons of stuff. That Silver Surfer from Cosmic Clash at 100 points? Or the starter?
Yeah. Well, he's still disgusting, yeah.
Yeah. Now he's +1 to everything?
Or you get 50. Or you get 50 points because you get Current Surfer on there too. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then you'd lose the bonuses, though.
Yeah, you would lose the bonuses.
And not playing Arachnite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. I keep bringing this back up. I'm just amazed by it.
we were too at the time.
Mimic. Yeah. Yeah.
Final question. You're sitting down for Christmas dinner. What is the must-have dish or piece of food that you expect to see? Hopefully each of you has a different opinion. I know that since my wife and I moved in together, Chinese is what we expect for Christmas dinner. Weird, I know. Always mashed potatoes for me.
Yeah, this is going to be really weird. I doubt anyone else. People are like, I'm an idiot for this. But so, like, my uncle, he used to always, there's 2 things that he always ate. And since he's passed, I have to keep up his tradition. And one of them is turkey butts. And the other one is fruitcake.
Turkey butts and fruitcake? I'm going to.
Yeah. Yep. I got to keep this. Yeah. Yeah, and that's not a joke. I'll make sure to share pictures of the turkey butt.
Please send us pictures of turkey butt and fruit cakes.
I was waiting for the punchline.
No, turkey butt, amazing. No, it's not. So no, seriously, yeah. Like what? Like I don't think people realize how good turkey butts are. Okay, the wrestler Yokozuna, that was his favorite meal. He would eat 100 to 150 of them, deep fried, and dip them in mayonnaise. Okay,
is that a real fact?
It's good stuff. Yes.
Okay. Deep fried turkey 100%. Butts dipped in mayonnaise.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, can you match that?
We've completely lost contain on this episode. On that note, to answer your previous question, because I was still perusing through the Defenders, I couldn't believe Mangog didn't see more play. Honestly,
Pete, you stole mine.
He's a win condition. What do we expect at Christmas dinner? We always have a fairly big. Amber, my wife, loves to cook, and that's one of the activities we do together. Is we kind of cook and prep food and everything. So we normally have 2 to 3 different kinds of meat. So we'll do a smoked prime rib and ham and turkey, and then basically everybody just eats that for the next week or so, and then all the side stuff. So all the traditional things like green bean casserole and mashed potatoes. Redmond's 100% correct, but dude, au gratin potatoes. There's not au gratin potatoes at my holiday meal and pumpkin pie afterwards. There's problems in the Peterson household.
But do you have turkey butts on the table?
No, but I need to.
Dan, did you miss the question before this too? Sorry.
I was right on there with the Mangog. I was like, these 30 points can change the whole dynamic. I was really surprised to not see him floating around more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
As far as dinner stuff related, so I really enjoy cooking, especially if it's for other people. It's probably one of the things I do enjoy the most. For dinner, I make I usually make a ham. It's like basted in like orange juice and clove. So that's usually what I make for dinner, something like that. Or I make Cornish hen for Christmas. I'm a bit off center as far as like tradition, I guess. But normally for this time of year, for New Year's Day, I make eggs Benedict. That's every year. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to.
Very nice. And wrapping it up is my least favorite person, Recyclops Schrutz. Bizzed, I'm back, Rebman. My energy levels are low from fighting injustice in the cliX community. I'll keep it short, something that is no doubt easy for you, Recyclops. Is the crew excited to start building for Modern Age again? It feels like it's all silver as of late, and my circuits are ready to get back to Modern Age stuff. Silver is really fun, but I do like shifting gears, so I'm excited to start building for Modern again. We just need Collector's Trove to come out, but also I hate you. What do you guys think about shifting gears here?
Miles?
Yeah, it's really tough for me, just because of Michael Keaton ruining my life. I'm probably getting a divorce and then have to pay child support for what it has done to my life. But I guess it's worth it. I can't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a few things I want to test out. I'm sad I can't use a lot of the figures I want, but spoiler alert, I have been testing out the Wheels of Vengeance Moon Knight, and he is highly underplayed and being slept on.
All right. Anything to add, Peter, Dan? All right.
I'm excited to start building for Modern. I mean, I basically once an event stops, I start building for the next event. So like even the monthly, like right after the monthly ends, I'm already in the next month building stuff.
Oh yeah, I was looking at Future and Past immediately last night.
Yeah,
I have a team I sent to the mayor already, and I'm anxious to hear his thought on it because I don't think it's good, but I think it's hilarious. So I might just play it.
After I got severely trounced this month, I was like, okay, back to the forge here and try to figure out what to build that can do a lot better. So
I think with the Modern stuff, I just don't know what it's gonna look like. Like, is it really gonna be 2 years of no, like, HeroClix as I know it?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very basic. Like you're talking like Hawkeye and Hawkeyes, just running just rampant. Starter Superman is another figure you're gonna see a lot of.
Mm-hmm. Even though you hate my guts, Rebman. Oh, you picked up on that. I hope you and the family have a good Christmas. Same to Miles. Happy Dan and Pete. May your dice do you justice. Recyclops powering down. Stay down, Recyclops. Stay down. All right. Any final thoughts from you guys?
I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, Miles.
No, you continue. I'll figure out how I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. I had a ton of fun at the monthly. You and Christine are wonderful hosts, and I just want to say thank you for all the extra work and stuff that you put in on the side to make sure it stays a balanced game state and the maps and everything else. It did not turn out how I wanted it to, but that doesn't mean I'm not already looking forward to the next version that we get to play. And you know what comes back in January?
What?
Portals, baby.
Oh yeah.
Everybody out there have a happy Festivus and a Merry Christmas.
How about you, Dan? Anything?
As always, the monthly is like probably the thing I look forward to the most as far as cliX is concerned. It's just a time where I can play pieces that I really am excited to play that are in my collection and potentially win with, which is just really cool. I don't have to build, I have to build with this. I can probably still make something that I'm really excited for work. And I think that's the biggest thing about the monthly that excites me the most. So
Yeah, I know we've talked about it a lot, but that's what we look forward to the most. That's where we have the most fun every month. All right, Miles, do you know what you're going to say? How you're going to say it?
Yeah, so the lack of playing. Yes, the lack of playing has really disinterested me, and it's not to the faults of like a lot of people. Maybe that's where most of my anger comes from, is from traveling 10 hours round trip and not being able to play, and just seeing someone just completely play my team like trash and then cry and complain. So I'm hoping that the next event I go to, like I'll be glad to play. I'm probably going to start trying to play online a little bit more. I hope that everybody that is arguing about this Michael Keaton really understands where the true argument is. The argument isn't about how easy he is to kill or
acquire
or really anything like that. It's more of the fact that he makes things just not just not fun, but it makes things unplayable. And by what I mean by unplayable is that you just can't play the figure as intended. I understand what they're going for by trying to shut off freeze, but there comes a point where I think it's a little bit too much. The meta always does ebb and flow, and I really wish that everyone would understand, instead of trying to argue your points and belittling people by using words that you use out of context, I think really doesn't help anyone's argument. And I just hope that everyone can really understand that it's not healthy for the game to make things not fun. Competitive should always be fun, whether the meta is or not. You should be able to play whatever you want to play. And when a game element literally stops you from playing something or having fun, especially when it's not being thematic. So, yeah.
Totally agree. We are excited for Christmas this week. The kids have been excited all month, so we're just going to be enjoying the week. A little bit of less work, which is good because this time of year is crazy. But Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy Holidays to all of you. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!